one of our viewers was participating by speaking out, and he said that he found that this spring was causing a problem. You know, the problem that I pointed out here on the choke with the well, that's not it. This is it right here. You know, the way this would just would try to pull out of the hole, and in fact, the spring does make a huge difference. Unfortunately, you have to take off. Let's see here, which am I? You have to take off. There's a circlip. It's really tiny, and I lost it. I mean, it's gone. But you take the circlip off, and you pull this out, and then adjust your spring, and push it back in. Put your circlip back there, and that seems to have a really good. I don't believe that this would be pulled out of it. I've got one of these ordered, and we'll look, you know, we'll compare them. But I mean, I wasn't waiting on this. Because there was so much. So anyway, on that, that's the kit carb. Hello, YouTubers. So we've been waiting on some parts, and the handle came in today, and the carb. And had a request to compare these, so this video could run a little long if we get all this done, but let's try it, see what happens. All right, so let's see. First thing we got to do is take this apart. The replacement carb that I ordered is here, so you know I'm not waiting on that other. I'll just use the carb that the carb that I bought. I wonder why that doesn't want to just pop off of there. There we go. All right. So let's start with I just took that off. So I'm going to mark that. So we can't get them mixed up. There you go. This is the OEM, and you can see there the that's a huge difference. I can't hold them both, and but this angle, that angle throws it off. Okay, let's do it this way. One on the right, FarmerTec, one on the left, the OEM. And down at the bottom down here, you can also see a difference. And this goes out further, and this is straight, where this is sort of, downward. So there are several differences in this linkage, and I knew there would be, just from the way that that acted. Now let's look at this. Well, I can't really tell. The FarmerTec seems to be longer by about 1 millimeter or 2, which would throw the holes off. Okay then. All right, we're going to move on now because we've got other things to do. That was not a waste of money. Okay, so let's get the handle out. And let's see, I probably okay, now this one's already marked, so we know this is a OEM. There's a big difference there. So if let's compare it from the top. Let's try to line up the top. And if we do that, you see that the OEM goes back. It's behind that. So it's hard to pinpoint like what's different. There's just a lot of difference, and the difference starts up here, and it goes back some. So that's what we're looking at. All right. Now the proof's going to be in the pudding here. Yep. That lines up sweet. You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll stop the video and look at it and see what you can see before I button all this up. I can always splice it together. So let me look at it and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I looked at the video, and I could clearly see you know what I wanted to show you. So but if you look there, you can see it's lined up right over it. So we've learned a lot. This is, you know, the case with, no pun intended on the case. But now we know the weaknesses, and so all we got to do is just make a few changes, and you know we've got a 200T to go out and use for work or play, you know. So we know exactly what's going to work. Now, I'll make the fitting of the carb and all. I'll do a separate video on that, and I'll do that tomorrow or soon. And I'm not gonna put this back together in front of you because I just did it in the last. I think it was the choke where and then there's assembling the handle. There's several videos showing the handle and the linkage and etc. on it. And the only difference here is I'm going to put a screw in there and put the screw down there, and we see that everything lines up. So there's no rolling and pushing or anything. Just works. Okay, guys. Let's see. There's one more thing. OEM with the O, and I just made a mark here on the FarmerTec. This is, of course, the switch, and I saw some, and I'm not sure that you could see it from there, but I can feel it as well. The OEM switch is better. They look, like really close, but the action of it is more precise. But you just have to feel it to understand it. Okay, so that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Chainsaw Kit Guy out. Okay, I'm adding this on to the end of the video. Now, what we just did is we compared the choke parts to OEM to FarmerTec, and we saw that they were different, and that connects directly to and controls the operation of the carburetor. And I could tell, and I also replaced the throttle, of course. So when I did that, I could tell that there was a difference. And then somebody wanted to look at it closer, which I was pleased to do. So bottom line, I discovered that there was enough difference that it should be replaced. Okay. Now, based on that, I am going to also replace the contact springs. You know, there is the kill switch, and then there's the ground. And so those metal pieces are up here on this end. And when I looked closely at it after I got the handle put back in the switch here, I was not pleased with the way that the contact spring contacted the throttle switch. Not happy with that at all. So I'm replacing both of them, and the one contact, let's see, I guess it would be the ground. Yes, the ground. That contact spring comes with the ground wire. So the little spade will fit perfectly. I guess that's why they sell those as a pair. All right, and because of the differences of the choke, I'm going to replace the orange piece, you know, back in here, the saddle or whatever that the correct name for that piece is, the throttle here, and then the throttle that connects to the accelerator on the carb, because I know, just based on what we just witnessed with our own eyes, there's small differences in these. And you know, with the carburetor, the operation of the carburetor, that needs to be precise. So I'm replacing that. Now, also, I'm replacing these two screws, and they come in a pack. And that part number is 1129 791 6100. And every time, and I've had to, like, I took this loose because I was trying to adjust that contact spring to see if there was something that I could improve on it, and there wasn't. But in any case, I had that out, and each time I've had to mess with these, and this is a dollar tool, but it is a really good one, and there's no reason for it not to fit, and it doesn't fit. There's something wrong with those screws. So, make a long story short, I'm going to spend $4, and I'm going to replace those. It goes through the AV and screws into this, and if any screws are going to break, I guarantee it's going to be this one. So, and this, the carb sleeve, for some reason, It doesn't fit tight or snug even, and I don't want it to spin around, you know, and get pushed into the cylinder, and that is an OEM manifold. So I'm not exactly sure why it's not tight, but I'm going to take a $1.55 gamble, and I'm going to replace that. And I recommend you do the same thing on those. Okay.